Greetings, Barcelona family. Like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on everything about Barcelona. In this video, we will discuss a major development for Barcelona, but before that, we need to address other topics that are also very important for our beloved club. Let's start with the first one. The greatest club in Catalonia and the world continues to work determinedly on planning a team that will reposition itself among the best on the continent after a season of changes and structural renovations. The sports management has already outlined a clear roadmap for the coming year, where one of the main points of attention will undoubtedly be the goalkeeper position. The situation at this position has seen various ups and downs throughout the year, and the club's officials know it's time to make a long-term strategic decision. In this regard, the name of Emiliano Dibu Martinez has gained strength as one of the most serious options to take over the team's goal from the summer. His profile, experience, competitive character, and desire to play in La Liga make him an ideal candidate, and in the club's offices, more and more voices are advocating for his recruitment as one of the major operations in the market. The Argentine, currently playing for Aston Villa, has experienced a meteoric rise in recent years, going from a promising goalkeeper in England to one of the most reliable goalkeepers on the continent, with decisive performances in the Premier League and with his national team. His role in international tournaments, especially in major events, has left a mark. He is a goalkeeper with character, leadership qualities, a strong personality on the field, and feline reflexes in critical situations. But beyond the statistics and titles, what truly sets him apart is his mentality. Emiliano Martinez plays with his heart on his sleeve, lives every match as if it were a final, instills confidence in his teammates, and never hides in difficult moments. Ultimately, he is a goalkeeper who makes history in great clubs, and that's why his name has not gone unnoticed by those building the team's future. The long-term injury that affected one of the club's goalkeepers this season generated uncertainty and forced urgent measures. The sports management acted with intelligence and efficiency to finalize the arrival of Polish goalkeeper Boy Szczesny, who largely met expectations during the most demanding part of the schedule. However, his continuity is in suspense. A 2-season extension has been offered to him, but his silence so far has set off alarms within the club. They do not want to wait and are seriously considering other alternatives that not only guarantee reliability in the short term, but also integrate into a project of sustainable growth. This is where the name of Dibu Martinez takes on total relevance. At 32 years old, he is at the peak of his football maturity. His performance has not yet reached its ceiling, and everything indicates that he can still offer his best years in an environment that motivates him. And there is no greater motivation for a competitive footballer than joining one of the most historic clubs in world football. Moreover, the Argentine has repeatedly expressed his desire to play in La Liga, dreaming of stepping onto Spanish stadiums, competing in the championship that has captivated him since childhood, and considers that the time has come to take this step. This predisposition is viewed very favorably by the club's sports officials, who appreciate not only the player's level but also his commitment and hunger for glory. Hansi Flick, the new coach leading the project from the bench, has also approved the possibility of recruiting Dibu. The German coach has been very clear in his proposals. He wants a competitive team with footballers ready to perform from day one and who do not shy away from pressure. In this regard, few goalkeepers offer the guarantees that Martinez brings. The connection between Flick and the Argentine could be immediate, based on demand, professionalism, and the desire to improve. Additionally, the style of play proposed by the German coach requires a goalkeeper with good ball distribution, firmness in duels, and a personality to lead from the back, qualities that Dibu possesses both in his club and in his national team. Of course, the path is not without obstacles. The operation will have its complexities. Aston Villa does not want to lose its starting goalkeeper without obtaining significant compensation, and other clubs on the continent have also shown interest, notably Manchester United, which has not managed to stabilize its goalkeeper position since the departure of David De Gea. Andre Onana has not fully convinced, and the English club is ready to strengthen the position with a guaranteed name. However, the advantage of the Catalan team lies in the player's desire to join Spain. It is an opportunity he has been waiting for a long time, and if the project seems attractive to him, his decision could clearly lean towards this side of the Pyrenees. The sports management has already initiated discreet contacts to explore the conditions of the transfer. It is considered that an amount of around 30 to 40 million euros could unlock the negotiation, an affordable investment if the economic planning is well managed. Additionally, the possible departure of some players from the squad would allow for the release of salary mass to make room for the Argentine's arrival without compromising financial balance. Everything is planned with rigor, with an eye towards building a solid, balanced team capable of competing for all titles. The most important thing is that this would not be just any recruitment but a bet on a leader, a player who contributes both on and off the field, someone who, in addition to his sporting performance, can be a mirror for the younger players, a reference in the dressing room, a born competitor, a goalkeeper who does not give up, who fights for every ball, who shouts, who encourages, who transmits, and who lives football like true fans, with soul. And now, the question is for you, Barcelona fan. What do you think about seeing Dibu Martinez defending our goal? Does the idea of recruiting a goalkeeper of his level, personality, and commitment excite you? Do you think he would be the perfect name to fill a key position in the team in the coming years? The foundations are already laid, the coach has clear ideas, and the sports management is working tirelessly to provide him with the necessary tools. So, once again, Barcelona fan, would you like to see Dibu? Do you see him as the goalkeeper we need to conquer new titles? Are you ready to celebrate his saves, chant his name, and make the stadium his new home? The debate is open, but the excitement has already begun to grow, because when talent, character, and hunger for victory are present, the future promises strong emotions, and this club, as always, is ready to write a new glorious page. The second piece of news concerns a very important decision in our beloved club. In the vibrant scenario that the Blaugrana club is experiencing, where reconstruction and economic strategy are becoming fundamental pillars to ensure a promising future, one piece of news is making waves among supporters and specialists: the possible departure of Ferran Torres in the next transfer window. This scenario, far from being a mere passing rumor, has become a serious topic that the sports management is analyzing with attention and with a pragmatic and ambitious approach. The Catalan entity, aware of the need to balance the books and strengthen its squad effectively, could be facing a market opportunity that would allow it to make a qualitative leap in other areas. Ferran Torres, a footballer who has shown notable growth since his arrival at the club, is probably having the best season of his career since he donned the Blaugrana jersey. His performance level has surprised many, both inside and outside the club, thanks to his ability to provide goals and assists at key moments. His offensive versatility, constant mobility, and dribbling have been decisive elements for the team throughout the campaign. In fact, it is no exaggeration to say that his evolution has been meteoric, and with 19 goals and 7 assists across all competitions, he has earned a prominent place in the coach's scheme. But despite these figures and his undeniable quality, the current context forces the management to responsibly and forward-thinkingly consider the possibility of a sale that, rather than a loss, could represent a true strategic triumph. The proposal from England, specifically from Aston Villa, is a clear reflection of the re-evaluation that the player has undergone in recent months. The club, led by Unai, a technician with extensive knowledge of Spanish football and a recognized ability to develop players, is preparing an offer that could reach €50 million. This figure not only indicates the real and deep interest they have in the Valencian striker, but also symbolizes the economic opportunity that the Catalan entity can seize at a time when financial viability is more important than ever. The possible transfer to the Premier League, considered one of the most competitive and demanding leagues in the world, represents a significant step for any player. In this case, Ferran Torres would have the opportunity to demonstrate his value in a different environment, with new challenges and in a championship that could further elevate his level and international projection. For the Blaugrana club, a sale of this magnitude would open the doors to a scenario where, with such a significant economic injection, it would be possible to address other areas of the team that urgently need reinforcements and can make the difference in the ambition to return to competition at the highest European level. Aston Villa's sports director, Monchi, is a recognized expert in detecting talents and market opportunities. His interest in Ferran Torres is neither fortuitous nor momentary, but a decision based on an in-depth analysis of the needs of the English team and the player's profile. The combination of Monchi's expertise and Emery's offensive vision, who values the Valencians' versatility and adaptability, makes this operation a priority for the English club. This situation places Barcelona in a position of strength to negotiate with solid arguments, as it is not just an attractive offer but a player who has shown significant evolution and can be successfully replaced if the sports planning is carried out intelligently. At the Actu club, Ferran has not been declared non-transferable, which is already a clear signal of openness to a possible departure. This attitude reflects a change in mentality where effective squad management is prioritized, and the economic and sports needs that dictate the current pace of world football are understood. The moment the club is going through requires brave but also wise decisions, which allow combining sports competitiveness with financial viability. The offer from England is undoubtedly an opportunity to do just that. The German, who has recently taken the reins of the project, has given his approval to this possible operation. His criterion is based on the overall evaluation of the team and the need to have resources to incorporate players who fit perfectly into his game idea and the style he intends to impose. For this, it is fundamental to have an economic margin and flexibility in the squad, aspects that a sale of this magnitude would greatly facilitate. The support of the technical management is added to the economic and strategic evaluation managed by the sports management, configuring a consensus that indicates that this decision may be the best for the club at this time. The Blaugrana passion has always been a decisive factor in the life of the club. Its voice, passion, and knowledge of the team constitute an indispensable thermometer to measure the real impact of any movement. That is why it is fundamental to open the debate and listen to the opinion of all Kules on this possible sale. Do you think this is the right time to let go of a player who has demonstrated his value and can contribute much more? Or do you consider that keeping him in the squad for one more year to consolidate his growth is the best decision? Do you see favorably the possibility of using the resources obtained in the market to reinforce key positions and build a more solid and competitive project? It cannot be forgotten that current football demands a global vision and management that combines the emotional with the rational. The sale of an important player is never simple and always generates mixed feelings. The club not only ensures a valuable economic injection but can also reorganize its sports structure to face future challenges with more confidence and resources. Furthermore, this operation could send a clear message to the market. The Blaugrana club is a competitive team, attractive to top-level players, and with serious and rigorous planning. Selling at the right time and at the right price is a sign of maturity that can strengthen the entity's image and facilitate future negotiations, both for signings and renewals. The ability to make wise decisions and manage resources intelligently is undoubtedly one of the keys to repositioning itself among the elite of world football. Ferran's future is therefore open to new adventures and challenges. From England, clear signals of interest are arriving, with a project that offers him continuity, protagonism, and an environment conducive to continuing to grow. For its part, the Catalan club knows that if the operation materializes, it will take a step forward towards the consolidation of a competitive, balanced team with its eyes set on the great objectives that history and the supporters deserve. The third piece of news concerns a major development within the club. Ronald Araujo, the Uruguayan central defender, is at the center of one of the most discussed and decisive pieces of news for the Blaugrana club in recent months. The defender has made a decision that will undoubtedly mark a before and after in his career and in the structure of the team. He has decided to accept the offer made to him by Bayern Munich, one of the giants of European football. This move has been in preparation for some time and, despite being unexpected for some, it fits into the logic of the sporting and economic context that the club is going through. Araujo, who has been under constant pressure and faced incessant criticism, is ready to embark on a new adventure in Germany, where he will have the opportunity to demonstrate his value in a fresh and ambitious project under the technical direction of Vincent Kompany. Bayern Munich's interest in Ronald Araujo is not new. For several seasons, the Bavarian club has closely followed the footballer's evolution. What has changed in recent months is the player's clear and firm decision, supported by his agents, to seek a change that will allow him to leave the tense situation he is experiencing at the Blaugrana club and develop his potential in a different environment. For Bayern, Araujo's arrival represents an opportunity to strengthen their defense with a central defender who stands out for his physical strength, anticipation ability, and commitment in every action. Vincent Kompany, a player recognized for his leadership and defensive quality, has given his approval for the Bavarian management to make the necessary effort to finalize this recruitment. The offer that the German club is preparing will not only meet the economic requirements but will also provide the player with optimal sporting conditions to grow and shine in one of the best teams in the world. The amount that the Blaugrana club has put on the table to release the player is high but fair and reflects the value placed on Araujo, not only for his current performances but also for the potential he retains and the strategic importance he has in the transfer market. Bayern will have to pay nearly €60 million to secure the services of the Uruguayan central defender, a sum that, while representing significant income for the club, also reflects the level and quality of the footballer. This amount positions Araujo as one of the most valuable pieces in the squad and opens a serious and profound negotiation scenario that will likely develop in the next summer transfer window. From the club's perspective, Araujo's departure is seen from a pragmatic and responsible angle. They recognize that, although he is a player with remarkable qualities, the tense atmosphere and constant criticism have affected his performances and integration into the team. Therefore, they consider that allowing him a change of scenery can be beneficial for both the player and the club. Furthermore, The transfer will open a fundamental economic window to continue the process of renovation and improvement of the squad, essential to maintain competitiveness at the national and international levels. Sports planning is already underway to identify a replacement who will not only fill the void left by Araujo but will also raise the defensive level and bring stability and security to the backline, key aspects to face the demands of the calendar and competition. It is important to highlight that the decision to accept Bayern's offer comes in a context where Ronald Araujo has been heavily criticized. The criticism, both from the media and some sectors of the supporters, has intensified due to some punctual errors and the inherent pressure of defending the colors of a club as demanding as Blaugrana. This situation has created a complicated environment for the player, who has seen his confidence diminish and, consequently, his ability to perform at the highest level. The footballer's agents have worked determinedly to find a way out that allows him to regain enthusiasm and demonstrate his true potential, far from the noise and controversies that have surrounded his time at the club. Araujo's departure can be understood as an intelligent decision and aligned with the sports management strategy that the club must maintain to remain competitive and sustainable. Selling a player for a high amount at the right time is a sign of maturity and the ability to manage resources effectively, prioritizing the overall well-being of the team above individual interests. The operation will allow for new investments and the strengthening of areas that require urgent attention, always with the intention of building a solid, balanced team capable of fighting for the most important titles. Furthermore, this possible transfer will serve to ease the tensions that have surrounded Araujo and which, on some occasions, have affected the atmosphere in the dressing room and the collective performance. A change of scenery is precisely what the defender needs to rediscover himself and relaunch a career that still has much to offer. Meanwhile, the club can work calmly on incorporating a central defender who meets the ideal characteristics for the sports project and brings that extra security and confidence in defense, so necessary to face the upcoming challenges. The Blaugrana supporters, as always, will play a crucial role in this process. It is natural for divergent opinions to emerge, as Araujo has been an important player and has left his mark on the club. However, it is important to consider the context, the reality of the team, and the opportunity that this operation represents for the future. The question we pose to all Kules is clear. What do you think of Ronald Araujo's decision to accept Bayern Munich's offer? Do you think his departure will benefit the team and help reorganize the squad to achieve new goals? Do you consider that the club is taking the right direction in managing this transfer and planning an intelligent renovation? The opinion of the supporters has always been the driving force behind the club, and at times like this, their support and criteria are more necessary than ever. Ultimately, the possible departure of Ronald Araujo to Bayern Munich represents an important turning point for both the player and the club. It is a step that, while it may seem difficult or controversial, fits into a sporting and economic logic that seeks the overall well-being and continuity of the Blaugrana project. The management of this departure and the planning to find an adequate replacement will be key to maintaining the competitive level and the enthusiasm that characterize this great institution. The club continues to work with determination and prudence, aware that brave and well-founded decisions are those that allow for growth and to remain a reference in world football. So, Kules, we invite you to reflect and share your opinion on this crucial moment. What do you think about Araujo's departure? Do you believe it is a positive step for the club and the player? Leave us your opinion in the comments.